Okay, guys, so it's been amazing having this sweet talk show. So today we're going to be looking at something amazing, something nice you would like to hear, and it's very good for you. Okay, guys, so we're here today. We're going to be learning some very, very important topic today. I always love to talk about entrepreneurs, but today we're looking at entrepreneurs versus who the employees. It's very important in life you be in the right place, be in the right place, not on the wrong place. Even if you're in the wrong place, start to think of how you can journey from there to the right place, because you can never proliferate, you can never succeed successfully when you're on the wrong position, you're in the wrong place. Why did I say this? Being an employee is actually in a wrong place. It's a wrong place to be. So if you're an employee today, start thinking of leaving there as soon as possible. It's going to take you time, but start thinking of how you're going to leave that position for as soon as possible. Believe you me, you can't be there for long and think you're going to be somebody that will create this luxurious life that you expect, because you're actually a slave, 21st century slave. That is what an employee is. So you don't want to be there. You don't want to be, I tell you. So we're going to be looking at an entrepreneur versus who? The employee. What are the things that drive both of these people? What are the things that drive them? What are the things that makes them different? Because both of them are making money. Both of them, they have money somehow, but one knows more than others, and that is why he is the way they are. Number one thing to look at is mindset. How they think, how an entrepreneur thinks. One time I read a book, and the book proffered a school, and we have two students in a class, and these two students, they will attend this class, and one is thinking, when I finish this school, when I finish learning mathematics and the sum, I want to buy up this school, I want to buy up this hotel. The other one is thinking, when I'm through with school, I'm going to get a job. So my number one point is, an entrepreneur thinks of how to make money. Thinks of how to make money. And when you start thinking of how, when you start asking the how questions, you begin to make research, you begin to study, you begin to go deep. So when you're sitting in the classroom and you're being taught something, you're thinking of how you're making research to make it work better, how you can go deeper. But for someone that's for the employee rather, they just want to go to school to get a good job. So they don't go further. They make no research. They just do enough to pass the exams, get a good degree so that they can get a job. And this is what makes many people slave. After they are 40, 50, 60, when they retire, they become more broke and broke and broke, because now the job is not coming again. I tell people about the lizard and the spider mindset. The lizard goes every day to get his food, but when the lizard is 60 or the lizard is old, there will be no strength to do those things you're doing, those skills you think you're doing. You will not have the strength, the physical strength, the mental strength, and every other strength that is required to manage that particular skill. But if you're an entrepreneur, you think about leverage, which is what the spider usually would do. So you think about leverage, how you can make money through other people. So this is what the entrepreneurs they do. They think of how they can make money, and make more money. While the employees think of how to earn money. When you think of how to earn money, you always be a slave to money. You always be a slave to money. You always be a slave to money. So my second point is, an entrepreneur makes the news and they make the trend. While the so-called employee, they are used to reading the trends, reading the news. Some people read the news so that they can know who is hiring, what companies, what openings we have. They go to read the news. They want to know what's going on. They want to know the next designs that are in town, the next brands. And they read this news, and then they go ahead. They follow the trend. We see them on everywhere on the social media. But The real entrepreneur thinks of how he can make the trend, because his time is an asset to him. He doesn't waste his time on doing irrelevant things. So start thinking of how you can start doing relevant things. Start thinking of how you can make the news. When you create things, you make the news. When you create a new system, you make the news. When you create a new idea, when you create values, you will make the news. It's only a matter of time. And when you make the news, you become big, you become popular. But you that you're always reading the news, following the trends, you'll always be. Look at the musicians. They make the music, they create the trends, and then they become bigger in thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But for those ones that follow the trend, they follow the trend. I don't know how much they get. You do the challenge, you do all of these things. How much do you really get from all of that? So it's high time you start thinking like an entrepreneur. Start thinking of creating the news, making the news first. Start thinking of creating a productive asset, and over time, these things are going to put you in a position where you can do a whole lot of things. The number three point I'm going to talk about here today is an entrepreneur knows how to make money work for him. But on the other hand, an employee works for money. He's a slave of money. I think we've talked about that. So learning how to make money work for you makes you a master of money. You become a master of money, master of situation and other things. But if you're the type that you allow your money, you want to work for money, you will keep working 35 years in service, 40 years in service, and yet you've still not arrived. You'll always be a slave to money. We are not supposed to be slaves to money. Money is supposed to be a slave to us. Money is supposed to serve you, not you serving money. When you work for money, you serve money. But when you think of how you can make money, how you can create values that will now create money, then money will work for you. That's how come you can buy luxurious cars, luxurious building. You can travel every other time, travel to the best places, lodge in the best hotels and restaurants. Because why? Money works for you. You see? So think smart. Be an entrepreneur today, and you're gonna love it at every given time. So if you're watching this clip today and it's been a blessing to you and it has impacted you, start thinking of how you can actually create values. Think of creating values. This is how entrepreneurs think. So do make sure you subscribe to the channel Gifted Ambrose, and then like and share, and then of course